You can either focus on your cricket or concentrate on your studies. But can you play cricket and do your studies as well? Even better, can you play the Vivo Indian Premier League and write your 12th standard board exams at the same time? We're going to find out. Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching RCB 12th Man TV. This is me, Navneet Krishna, as always. And I have Prayas Ray Barman with me, the youngest member of the Royal Challengers Bangalore camp. Not just the RCB, in fact, the youngest member in Vivo IPL 2019. Prayas, thank you so much for taking some time out.
Privileged. I am actually privileged. I actually follow your show and I like your hosting, and it's great.
Thank you so much. First things first, the match against KKR is on the 19th. But tell everyone, where were you on the 18th?
Actually, I was writing one of my exams. It was my last exam of class 12th board exam. So I'm very happy that I finished it somehow. And it's been kind of hectic. I gave the exam and just joined the practice directly from the examination center.
You write your exam in the afternoon and then you go for an IPL practice session in the evening. Now, how many people can boast of that story? Before we even get started, my first question to you is, how old are you?
Well, I'm going to turn 17 this year.
16 years old and you're playing for the Royal Challengers Bangalore. So when did you start playing cricket?
Well, back when I was 3 years old, as it happens to every cricketer, my father gave me a plastic bat and that plastic ball, and we used to play cricket in our yard. Simultaneously, I started playing cricket with the leather ball when I was, I guess, 6 or 7 years old. And my father actually, he found out that I might be able to pursue it as a career. So he got me into a cricket coaching center in Delhi, and that's where it all started.
Very interesting. When did you realize that, you know what, this is what I want to do? I think I can make this happen.
I was in class 5th or 6th when I first came to Kolkata, and one of my coaches here asked me to play a tournament just for fun from his team, and I played that tournament. That was an under 14 tournament, I remember. So he just asked me to play for his team, and I played there, and I actually performed well. So I was called in for the under 14 Bengal trials, and then they picked me up for the under 14 Bengal team, and from there on I just went on to play here only, and that's when I got into under 16 team. I thought that yes, I can do good in cricket.
That is one amazing story. And speaking about Bengal, you made your debut for the senior team last year in the Vijay Hazare Trophy. How was that feeling?
Actually, I wasn't even expecting that I would get a chance to represent Bengal in the Vijay Hazare Trophy this year. But yes, the association gave me that chance. I was very lucky to have that chance at such a young age, and all the seniors and all the support staff were very humble and very nice to me. They didn't let me feel any pressure about the senior level cricket, and they were very good to me. And I performed quite well there for the Bengal. Unluckily, we didn't qualify, but yeah, it was kind of a nice experience for me. And yes, contributing for the team was the best thing.
Was there someone in the camp or in the team that you looked up to, people who helped you and gave you suggestions and ideas, etc.?
Of course, I mean, our coach was Sairaj Bahutule, and he's a leg spinner. So he was actually he helped me a lot with my bowling, and of course our captain, he was there always. Manoj Tiwari, he was always there for the strategies and everything, and he also helped me a lot.
And you being a leg spinner, is there someone that you idolize in the world of cricket?
Well, everyone starting leg spin always sees Shane Warne as their idol, and yes, I started watching his video on YouTube, and it was actually, I was mesmerized by the way he foxed batsmen, and that's when I thought that I could become a leg spinner. I didn't knew at that time that it would turn out to be that tough, but actually that's when I decided that I can be a leg spinner.
And then from Bengal, it went on to the big league, the Indian Premier League. Did you ever imagine that 17 years old, you're going to be picked by the Royal Challengers of Bangalore?
Well, I was unaware of the fact that how does these things happen in IPL? How do people get picked for IPL teams? But as I started playing the senior level cricket, the Vijay Hazare Trophy, I started getting calls from several teams, several franchises for for giving their trials, but I was unfortunately not able to give the trials. And finally, I had an interaction with our manager of RCB. He just asked me to. He knew that I was busy, and that's why he just asked me to send him my bowling videos, and I sent him. And after that, there were no interactions with RCB, so I wasn't actually expecting any teams for this year. And I was highly obliged when I saw that RCB is showing interest in me, and they are picking me for the IPL.
I'm actually getting goosebumps just listening to this story, right? So when the auction was happening, talk us through it. What was going on in your mind? Where were you? Were you at home? Were you with friends? With family? What was happening?
I would like to share one thing before that. We had this auction form that everyone has to fill up. So they asked me to fill the auction form. The association asked me to do that, but I was not into IPL that much. So I said that I won't fill the auction form. So I didn't. So there was this last date, and they called me that one of the franchisees is looking forward to you, so you should fill the auction form. So they forced me to actually fill the form, and I filled it at the last date. And then I think 2 days prior to that was the auction. So I knew that now my name is in the auction. So I was actually sitting and watching TV and looking forward to my name, because it was my first time in the auction. So I was pretty excited, and it actually came a bit late, but I actually saw the whole auction. So it was a great feeling.
And what was that feeling like when the hammer went down?
Actually, I've always still from the first season I've always supported RCB. It's kind of my dream team, because Virat Kohli, AB de Villiers, everyone is here, and Virat Kohli, I have seen him as an idol, and I've always looked forward to having a picture, having a selfie with him, but I was never able to do that. So there was a time where in the auction, in the mid phase, when the RCB had my bid, and it stopped for some time. I was like, just throw down the hammer, I want to be in RCB, that's it. But then it went on for a bit longer, and again I was picked for RCB. So that was a very good feeling.
It doesn't matter which part of the country you are from, right? Everyone wants to be part of the bold army, right? You made your debut as well, so that must have been a special moment when you took on the Sunrisers Hyderabad. How was it when you were handed over the cap?
Well, it was great. I mean, it was a last-minute change, so I just got into the side, and getting the cap from none other than Virat Kohli was great. He just said one thing to me, that you need to enjoy this match. This debut match won't come ever again, so you just enjoy yourself in the ground. Everything will fall into place. Well, it would have been even better if we would have won the match, but it's okay. We can turn things around anytime.
Awesome. But Prayas, tell me, how does this work? I'm quite baffled with how you were able to manage your cricket and your studies. And so what did it mean? How did you prepare for the exams? Did you study when you had time off from practice? Was that how it was?
Well, it was kind of pre-planned, as my father was saying that this is the last year of school, so you might as well finish it this year only, because when I got picked for the senior team, we knew that I won't get much time to study. So it was like they said that till July you have all the time, so study as hard as you can till July, and after that you'll be off from studying, so you'll be playing cricket. So study as hard as you can till July, and after that I used to carry my books to all my tours, and whatever time I wasn't able to turn up for studying that much, because whenever I used to study after a practice session, I used to sleep on my books only. So that was kind of tough for me, but I tried my best, and my family is being supportive about that. My mother felt that it is very difficult for a person to do that, so she was always encouraging me, and she was saying that everything will go well.
When we talk about inspiration, we obviously don't need to look any further, because this is one hell of an inspirational story. When he's packing his bag, it's not just the cricket bats and the balls and the pads that go in, it's in fact some of his books as well. So that's fantastic, Prayas. This has been a wonderful conversation. I just have a couple of things to ask you. Maybe this is not something mom and dad will ask you, but I'm going to take the liberty of asking you this. How much are you expecting in your exams?
Well, my family has already told me that you don't need to expect anything. You just do something that you might pass somehow. So I have, I prepared for something around, like I expected something around 50, and after giving the exam it just came around 40-45. So if I get anything more than that, I'll be very much happy, and I think my family will be happy seeing me pass.
Fantastic. I think me and everyone watching this video will be wishing all the very best for you in your studies and more importantly on the field as well. One last question. Where does Prayas Ray Barman go from here? What is the big dream?
Getting chance in this IPL at such a young age, it's been a huge stepping stone for me. Prior to this, next year we have Under 19 World Cup coming up. So I would be working hard for that, because Under 19 World Cup again is a great opportunity for youngsters, and it is a bigger stage than your state matches and everything. So Under 19 World Cup will be my intermediate goal after this IPL, but my main goal will be to play for the country someday under the captainship of our captain Virat Kohli.
Wow, I don't even know what to say. This is one hell of an inspirational story. Prayas, thank you so much for sharing your story. You are an inspiration, and you're actually giving direction to millions of cricket fans who are watching this, and you're telling them that yes, it can be done. We can manage our studies and our cricket together as well. Thank you so much, and all the best for the big game against KKR and the rest of the season as well.
Thank you so much for having me. It was a pleasure to have.
Thank you guys. You're watching RCB 12th Man. Watch this space for a lot more.
Hey RCB fans, we've created an exclusive app for all of you. So cheer at the stadiums, but stay connected off the field as well, and come and support us throughout the season. Cheers.